we wanted to bring this kind of majesty to this institution, sense of permanence, but honoring this place with this kind of grandness, this kind of grand scale here, this kind of heaviness. But it wasn't until we began to understand this rhythm coming through, that was when we opened the door to these having all of this exposed, so that you really see how the building is held up. And these columns are big. They're kind of heroic, and the ceiling heights are heroic. And we then began to project that same rhythm up into the architecture of these ceilings and of these floors. So these big beams that you're going to see everywhere is a reflection. See these big piers out here in the arcade? That's precisely where these columns are coming down and landing. So this rhythm, in a sense, is coming up from the ground, this excavation. It's coming up from this history of these subway tunnels that were built there and extending all the way up through the roof level. And of course, the part that I love the best is that then that rhythm of beams, that structure, is where the light passes through. So it joins this kind of archaeology. I wanted you not to experience this rising by walking into an elevator and pushing a button and going up. I thought that this idea of rising up and experiencing that you wanted to climb this stair that is filled with daylight. And the stair, the idea of the stair began a little bit with the Paris Opera, with villas, with, these kind of double stairs that I've always been interested in. And so we tried that here to make this stair a social space, to meet people, to have a way of people coming together. It's metaphoric and physical, because these different stairs kind of embrace you. They kind of embrace the experience, and you could see a friend walking down one, or you're walking up one. You see people, and you see people climbing up through the building, and to me, that sense of discovery is celebrated. Spring, summer, winter, fall, and concrete expands and contracts. And so you'll see these little joints out there. And so it slides on these plates, given the weight. I'm not exactly sure how this works, but these two plates, they slide back and forth. And so there are plates that are embedded in the facade. So this facade literally floats there and moves. Oh, it's completely concrete. I mean, everything here that you see is concrete. Of course, on the upper levels, the walls are plaster. But it is like 8.5 feet. It's kind of low. And then you rise up into a 5.5 meter space, so that is really a room, like an entry room, like an entry vestibule as you move around. So you've entered this precinct before you've gone into the building. You enter through this room, and I don't think it's hooked up yet. But those circles that are out there that don't have anything in them are pretty elaborate speakers. And they've already curated a sound work that's going to be in there. So you're not only will you come in and under and up, but you'll be hearing this sound work that's there that will, as you move around the arcade, I think it will do something pretty interesting there. And then you come into the building. So I wanted that to be processional. there as you move through. The museum will give 1 month to an artist to conceive his notion of what's going on in Warsaw and in Poland. So that this is like a quick reaction gallery. That's not exactly what's here now. I think there's a lot of history that's being told in this space, but it will become this quick reaction gallery that will be set up for one artist to curate in a month's time about what his interpretation of the voice is at that moment in Warsaw. So that's on the ground floor. Clearly, this is going to be the reception desk. Everyone will come. Often then this big square that's out here is going to be not a big area of pavement. It'll be a garden. Lots of trees, and it'll be more park-like, which is a nice thing, I think.
And is it permanent? Is there a permanent collection space versus temporary, or is there?
They were kind of discussed that way, but it's completely open season now.
Thanks.
Completely open season. In motion, there was that movement in this space with this stair that's rising up and kind of embracing people. Somebody asked me today, did you design this stair for Instagram? I hardly knew what Instagram was. But a lot of people have taken selfies in here.
I saw people taking selfies in the opening as well.
There's a big social space on these upper 2 levels. This window is here, but the window above is even bigger, and it looks out on the palace. And everything kind of core related is on the other side. Those huge doors over there are the art lift doors. So you can bring big, heavy works of art up. The size of the gallery, the square meters of the gallery, the height, and it's kind of a beautiful thing. He was Swiss. Ludwig is I think he's around somewhere today. He designed all of the graphics, which are spectacular, absolutely spectacular. It's rare to work with an amazing graphic designer. Okay, here. That has a low ceiling and is dark. This is another one of these craft issues. These doors are pretty amazing. Stainless steel. It has this special bead blasted finish. And I love the thickness of this wall. It's like a castle. It couldn't be heavier. Yeah. Well, this glass is really thick. In most cases, it's triple layered. Well, there's also a lot of insulation here too. Okay. And see, this then looks north to the park. So you always understand where you are in the city. And so then, see, there you go. So then these are rooms of pause. So if there's an exhibition here, you can come and sit and read. It's a little bit like that beautiful room at the Guggenheim. If you've been there, the big lab, and in that room there are catalogs and books that are about the exhibition. And so that's kind of where this idea came from, that you can come here and learn and sit and meditate and also get this frame view of the city. I love the way you guys have been over and touched the wood. I love that.
This is the person who is the expert in wood. If you have any
Yes, here we are.
questions about the wood.
Janice from Latvia is joining us today.
He is the one that made the wood for these rooms, so we need to give him a round of applause. Yeah, see there? I love these pictures. I haven't seen it before. Wow. Nice.
And the temperature like that is the same in all the galleries, or are there?
70, 50, or 70 degrees, 50%.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the same in all the galleries,
Yes,
not
yes.
not just like in many museums where you have different temperatures and
this is all
different
the same.
conditions.
This is all the same. No, we didn't go in there.
If they peek in, if they don't go, just look in. Look.
Yeah, just kind of
Just take a peek.
one by one.
But still,
Tak, to będzie wieczorem.
And then that's another little small gallery on the other side. It's about 20 feet square.
So what's the small? Is that the smallest gallery in terms of floor plan?
That one. It was adjusted later in the project. We knew how many days they were going to need, but later they had to adjust it a little bit to get it to land properly. I mean, it was quite an iterative process. Yeah, I mean, they solved the vibration issue. They were really worried about that in the beginning because they're, subway cars that are running, and they were really worried that the vibration from the land would start to, so the isolators down there really work. Well, and so with every threshold, we wanted to make them deep and heavy, like this one over here. Every one of these thresholds and ways to move from gallery to gallery are always heavy. Heavy and thick, so that you feel yourself moving, transitional moment. And so this is one of the library tables right here. Except the side, this is the biggest window. This faces south.
The best is to sometimes smell it.
Yeah. I know, see? They're trying to hold the door. Yeah. Here, do you want to come in? Open it up with one finger.
One.
Pretty good. Wow. Okay?
Impressive.
Yeah.
How strong we are.
How strong?
Try to open.
With one finger.
With one finger. Is a doing.